Well, you and I, Ooh, how'd that go? Here we are, oh, earth together is you and I, has made us fall in love, it's true, yeah, I found someone like you. In my mind, we can conquer the world in love. You and I, you and I. That's a good stuff right there. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. Warren, good to see you. I am he. It is the midday connection, baby. How y'all is? Come on in. Come on in. The water is fine. I want to talk to you about marriage. Marriage to the proposal, to the marriage to the proposal thing is. I would like to tell you, Jello pudding. Okay. Hey, Amber and Zucchini and Lori and Sis Ford and Shirley and Antoine and Denise and Tam and Jonathan and Karen. A whole bunch of you here. Jonathan, good to see you, son. Good to see you. I salute thee, my dearest friend. All right. Antoine, you're here early. This should be good. Pitts. Hey, y'all shouldn't be getting married. Don't do it. Don't do it. Maybe. Okay? Marriage is wonderful. It is an institution that God has instituted. Okay? He put it together when? In the beginning. Where is that? Adam. People say, how did Adam and Eve get married if there was no marriage ceremony, there was no license, blah, blah, blah. See? That's it. That's the whole point of it. God was trying to direct us back to the attention of how it was in the beginning. But after that, y'all started getting married and they started, like I said yesterday, Moses was giving writs of divorces like this. Huh? You don't like her? All right, here you go. Next. Her breath stank. All right, here you go. Next. She got club foot. Here you go. Next. She wear weaves. What's wrong with that? She wear it in bed. So what's wrong with that? She sleep like this. I can't get none. Yeah, here you go. Next. She chew on her left side. What's wrong with that? She ain't got no teeth on her left side. Next.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Even she not sure about that. And that's what Moses was doing. He was passing it out like candy. Next, come on down to the prices of the writ of divorce is right. Come on down. And man, brother was like, me. Yes. What's the problem? She white. What's the problem? I'm black. What's the problem? This is 1954. Oh, here you go. Okay, come on, y'all. Yeah, so it is important that we see that marriage is a good thing. Unfortunately, y'all messed it up. See, marriage is perfect. It's beautiful. All right, it's the church is perfect. Marriage is perfect. God instituted, and God says, whatever I made, you can't say that it ain't unclean. It's clean. Whatever I made, all right. So unfortunately, humans got involved. All right, what's that song? Without the other. That song may seem silly, but it is true. Again, love and marriage, yeah, go together like a horse and carriage. All right, what's wrong with that? Well, y'all ain't in love. Y'all don't love each other. This is a convenience type thing. There's a whole lot of songs here. Marry Me by Train. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I all these beautiful songs there. When a man loves a woman. I'm horrible with words. So many songs, and these songs were written from men. Men wrote these songs for the ladies. Even the songs that the ladies made popular, the men wrote them. 1,000 Years, one of my favorite songs by Christina Perry. For oh, it's a beautiful song. Go into the chapel of love. I don't know what key I'm in. Okay, I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. It's so many songs. Marry Me, and of course, Just Be My Lady. Who was that? What's his name? He sang the song When We Get Married, we have a great celebration. We'll have a ball, dancing and all. When we get married. What's his name, y'all? He's famous for playing the bass. You already know that. Back in the 70s, and he started singing, and he said, ooh, you're once in a million, one in a million. Change of a lifetime. What's his name, y'all? Show compassion. Yeah! Yeah, man, that brother right there. Deep voice, all right? After Barry White became famous, all right? His name. Yeah, I'm waiting on y'all to put the name down there. I can't think of his name. So let's debunk some things here. There's a post here I want to talk about. It says 40 signs you should never get married. Thank you, Amber Rogers. I'm about to call you Amber Green. Larry Graham, him. I love his crackers. Ooh, I love me some Larry Graham crackers. There's honey all on me. Just love. That sounds kind of creepy. Y'all wonder why you wearing that? You look at why you wearing that shirt today, cuz? I'm in media. Got your attention, didn't it? You came over here, didn't you? You saw my shirt. Now, I was shooting a video in the other room. I got a room over there that I shoot my videos in, and I got some promotional things going on. So I figured I'd keep this on and, well, start talking about marriage. I got married to one in a million. You did, Antoine? Hey, Antoine. You're not married today, are you? Huh? So what does that say about the song? Okay. 40 signs you should never get married. I'm going to read the 40 signs. Okay, Michael Lloyd, good to see you, sir. I'm going to read the signs. Are you kin to Tamara? Are you kin to Tamara, Lloyd? Tamara, y'all kin? I'm going to read this 40 signs, and then I'm going to see if this is true or not. Now, this is not a Christian site. This is, I don't think they are the way they're talking. It's called bestlifeonline.com. bestlifeonline.com. You can read that with me, and you can find out if, all that stuff. I hate that song. Antoine. All right, number one. You should never get married. You don't believe in it, is what they're saying. You don't believe in it. I'm going to tell you if I agree with the statement, the list, or not. So, number one, you don't believe in marriage. So, you should not get married. I'm going to have to agree with that, kinda. 80%, I'm going to have to agree with it because, people do change. They do. Now, you shouldn't be trying to change a person. No. A person should progress into knowing and learning who you are and believing something that they didn't believe. Sometimes people begin to believe it because they see they have experienced the love. For instance, Christians, we're trying to sell God to people. And we're horrible salesmen. All right? And so God is moving on the unsaved lives to different ways. All right, God does this, and He uses you as a salesman to, one man plant, another man waters. You understand? And so we're horrible salesmen. Many of us are. All right. So, the Bible says that you can't go to Christ except God draw you. So God is drawing them, but when you get to the salesmen and women, it's what y'all say. All right, so you don't believe in it, so don't get married. So if you don't believe in it right now, don't be getting married. No. Number two, well, they saying some people consider marriage little more than a piece of paper, and others think it's the only way to truly commit. It goes on. Y'all read it for yourself. Number two, you want to save money. Save big money at Menards. Well, yeah, I agree with that. Why would y'all be trying to get married because you want to save money? That's the same thing I did yesterday about filing for a 501c3 because you trying to save on taxes. Why would you give your soul to the company store, which is the state, and because you want to save taxes? How poor is the church when you just want to save on taxes? How poor are you? We poor, huh? Hey, saints, are we? How poor are we? Number three, you don't feel like you need to prove yourself. You don't feel like you need to prove yourself. Now, this is a great point. So weddings have one purpose. Aside from joining forces with another person in life, for life, you're also showing everyone important in your life just how much you love each other. So some people don't see the need and are just fine being committed to someone minus the social display of affection. So you don't feel like you need to prove yourself. So why marry you so that I can be socially accepted by others? I agree with this. Don't get married because you're trying to prove a point. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. When I was married, I wasn't showing the public affection that people wanted me to show to my wife. I was young, foolish, wasn't into public affection. I just wasn't. All right. And so a couple of people at the church would say, why we never see y'all kiss? And I turned to her. It was a missionary, and I've always been bold. So y'all pray for me. I've always been bold. I turned to this missionary and I says, so you want to see some porn? She said, oh my Lord, Brother Joe. I was an elder and I won't even minister to that. I said, you want to see porn, don't you? Why do you want me to kiss my wife to prove to you that I love her? So you want to see that? You want to see us busting slob? I said, you nasty. And I walked away. All right. Number 4, you have trust issues. You have trust issues. Don't get married. People, please don't do this. If you don't trust this brother, let me tell y'all. Can I tell you something? Sisters, y'all are marrying the brothers, all right? And you know his past is shaky. Men can't clean up their past. But you know his present is shaky too. I don't understand that. His past is shaky. His present is shaky. And you still want to marry him because I love he. Baby, what's wrong? I love he. I love he so much, mama. I love he. Okay, baby, all right. So you marry this guy thinking it's going to change. Marriage don't change men. It just make men, well, I wrote the book. Read the book. It's in the book, all right? The 4 women that men desire, all right? Stop acting like Phoebe. Phoebe is up in here somewhere. Phoebe right up in that chapter right there. That's Phoebe, all right? Study her chapter and then learn from Phoebe's, all right? It wasn't so much she made a mistake. It's just that some of y'all know the story of Phoebe and then you go into a marriage knowing that story. You have trust issues. Don't do it. Don't do it. I beg you. Number 5, you never wanted to get married. You never wanted it. So you're getting married for maybe reasons prior to the number 5. All right. Now, again, people can't change. I will say that. So I'm not going to go totally in agreement with this because just because you never wanted to get married doesn't mean things are going to change later. As a person is in your life causes you to feel like marriage is okay, like salvation. I guess salvation is all right and someone gets saved. So in a marriage, somebody who didn't want it because they saw abuse in their father and mother, They saw abuse with their sisters and brothers or aunties and uncles and divorce here and divorce that. They saw that and says, I don't want it. And then they found someone who they love so dearly that they see a spotless person. I'm not saying everybody's spotless, but there's some people out there, you're like, oh man, you know what? I know he chew on his left side. I know, I get it. And I know it's so many flaws that men have. Okay? But you get past those because it's not conducive to you not having a great marriage. All right? So, number 5. Number 6, you disagree with the definition of marriage. That's important. Marriage has quite the colorful history. Oh, Lord. Something not everyone is cool with being part of because they don't agree with it politically. Some people feel that historically marriage has been a way for society to repress certain groups, they're saying. At one point, some women were treated as property of their husbands. All right, so today's woman who is more free, we are fab. No, that's the wrong one. What's the feminist song today? Okay, women feel like they're more free, and they do not feel like being a part of what the Bible says about obeying and submitting. The problem with the obeying and submitting in the scripture is the person who's trying to properly interpret it. Because I come up in the church where the preacher and the pastor was always trying to tell you, the ladies, you are the ones to submit. The man don't submit, you submit. Man, you love your wife, but the wife, you only submit, and that's it. He was done with his sermon. And unfortunately, that's a misguided sermon. Trophy wives, Elder Vernon Jones. That's a misguided sermon because there's more to it. Because the scriptures continue. If you continue to read it, it tells us to submit one to what? Somebody write that down there. Submit one to what? So if you want to, what they say, happy wife, happy life, you might want to submit to your wife too. It's okay to submit to your wife. Yes. Because submitting to her actually gives a lot of strength to your marriage. It causes this union. You ever been in a partnership, a business partnership? Belinda says submission is twofold. Yes. Logan, another. Submit one to another. So have you ever been in a business where he's got a percentage of the business and he's got a percentage of the business? Well, this person is good with the finance. This person is good with media. All right. You who in finance don't know that much about the media part should submit to the partner who's great in media. And this media person should submit to the person who's financially sound, because the media person might be spending all the money and wasted it, and you got holes in your bags and all this stuff y'all hear in church. So you both should submit to one another, be equally yoked, is what the scripture says. So when you submit to one another, then you can say, I don't know much about that, but I'm going to submit to you because I believe what you're saying and what you're trying to show to me is something that you know professionally. Marriage is the same way. When I was married, my wife was trying to warn me of these women that were after me. And they were using code words, all right, in code terms and things like that. And she would tell me, that girl right there, like you, Walter. I'm like, no, she called me Brother Jones in church. She hugs me and says, my big brother. She says, yeah, okay. And this girl would give me some ties. Every week she present me with a tie. Here, Brother Jones, here's a tie for you. Because I love your music ministry and your preaching, and I just love you and I thank God for you. My wife was like, in the car on the way home, that girl like you. She wants you. I'm like, you crazy. You crazy. Yeah, Belinda, I said, no, you crazy. You just that jealous? You just that jealous? Because every time she come up to me and she embraces me, I'm her brother in the Lord. She says, you one big fool. I said, So one day the phone rang. I told this story some time ago. All right, so I'm going to tell it again. Yeah, Maddie. I'm going to tell the story again. So, Elder Vernon, the phone rang. Back then, remember the phone is on the wall with the long cord that you can go, you can walk 3 blocks out of the house, right? So, I got one of those, by the way. So, the phone rang. Bring, bring. My wife answered the phone. Hello? 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 Nothing. The person hung up. Now, this was before caller ID, so this was some years ago. And So we went back to doing whatever we was doing, and then my wife answered the phone. Hello? 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 They hung up. So I'm like, man, who keep calling the house and hanging up? So I went back to doing whatever I was doing. My wife turned to me and said, "It's for you." I said, huh? She said, "That call is for you." I said, "How you know?" "It's for you." She says, "When it rings again, you answer it." I said, "Well, who you think is on the phone?" "Go to the tie rack. Go in the room and go to the tie rack." "Why?" "Them ties? That's who's on that phone." It's a true story, y'all. I'm not making up. I'm not even embellishing this. This is word for word. Okay? So, sure enough, now I'm sweating. She said, "Baby, answer the phone. Hold on." We didn't have a call. We didn't have a answering machine, so it was gonna keep ringing. I'm hoping and praying that they invent that they invent some kind of service that it answer the phone, fool. All right, I answered the phone. I said, "Hello." She said, the person on the other end says, "Walter." I said, "Ah!" "Who this?" She said, "It's your sister." "My sister? I got two sisters, and they wouldn't have hung on my wife. Who is this?" This is, she said her name. I said, why would you hang up on my wife in the other room?" She said, "I told you." I said, why would you hang up on her like that?" Oh, I thought I had the wrong number." I said, "You's a lie. You's a bald-faced lie. Why would you do that to me? And who gave you my number?" Hello? Hello? I went to my wife and I said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Darling, you thrill me. Darling." I went to the piano. I started playing all kinds of songs. I dedicated every song for the next 30 days to my wife. She was right. So the women know. So I said I did that bit just to remind you about submitting to one another, because there is a intuition that God has put into women. They know, brothers. They know. All right? They don't always say that they know, but they know. Because when I was messing around, I was hiding stuff in folders that said, it didn't say private. Don't call the folder on your computer. Don't call it private. Call it Bible study. Cause y'all now she ain't gonna open that up. Call it Bible study. Or call it your grandmama's will or something. But don't hide stuff. I was hiding stuff, and women know. And my wife came into the room looking for something. And the Lord speaks to women. That intuition. And what did my wife do? She didn't go to that drawer. She didn't go to that filing cabinet. Right? She went right to the folder where I hid this right away. God gives women beams of light. There's an arrow coming down from the heavens. And God will say, "Go to that computer right there." I had 3 computers. Go to that computer right there and open that folder that says the will of your grandmother. Open that one up. Bling! There it is. Oh, God, I'm in trouble. I'm trying to tell you, brothers. They know. All right? So submit to her so that she can help you. She can help you. No need to go through his stuff. No, don't. That's it. You ain't got to go through his stuff. Men are sloppy, and they gonna leave something open. Yeah, I had a mental Rolodex. Had numbers in my head. Vernon said, "Or she gonna get it out your head because you gonna talk in your sleep." 777 93 11 Betty Jean. Don't touch me right there. That tickles, Betty Jean. Betty Jean, that tickles. And you, and your wife in the right next to you, talking Betty Jean 777. Let's see. Private means public. George Jackson. That's it. Private means public. All right. So where was I? You disagree. You disagree with the definition of marriage. You disagree. All right. So don't get married. If you don't know where you fit in the marriage scheme of things, don't do it until you get educated on that. Number 7, you don't want to mess with the whole last name. You don't want to change your last name. Really? I mean, really. I mean, only people in Hollywood do stuff like that. Although I know some people in church because they have the Bynum last name. I don't want the Weeks. Or is it Meeks? Which one is Weeks? I don't want Weeks. I want to keep my name as Bynum. All right? So don't change the last name. Yeah, that tells me you ain't ready for marriage. You ain't ready. Number 8, you want your freedom. You don't marry. You still want your freedom and you want marriage? Cake and eat it too? You ain't ready. Don't get married. When you get married, you're legally locked down to one person forever. And if you don't know how to share, don't do it. Number 9, you like things as they are. You complacent. All right? You should like things as they are. All right? That could be okay if he like things as they are too. But I don't suggest you get married if you like the way things are with you right now, and you might be a problem to not only him and society, but yourself and God and everybody else. Don't get married. Don't do it. Number 10, you're not sure about the other person. You're not sure. Oh, that should have been number 1. Don't do it. He got some. It's okay. Ask him for his credit report. It's okay. Now I know sometimes people go through some stuff. We've gone through some stuff. My credit report went dive down into the 400s. I remember one time I went to try to get an apartment. I was somewhere. It was years ago, and they ran my credit report. And then the next day they called me and they said, "Mr. Jones, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Are you human?" Yeah. What? I'm trying to get an apartment. What's going on? Yeah, but sir, close the door. Close the door. I'm not gonna take any calls right now. I need to talk to this man. Listen, are you really okay? We have never seen such low scores in our entire life. I shared it with Becky. Becky, come here. Paul, come here. Clarence, come here. So everybody around the office, come here. Joe, come here. Y'all look at this. Y'all, wait, hold on. This was my score, all right? Why am I doing this? It was 290. They come here, y'all. Everybody come around. But turn on Facebook Live, all right? They ain't invented it yet, all right? Invent it, hurry up, turn this on, all right? This is Mr. Jones's credit score, 290. This is his FICO score, all right? Y'all ever seen anything like this? You haven't. Why are you crying, Joe? You've never seen a man like this, have you? Here it is. Look at it again. I'm about to free you. Yeah, they wrote about this when we were taking our classes in the University of the Street. 290. They said one day somebody gonna walk in your office with a 290 score. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked that there's 1 in a million. This the man right here. I'm sitting like, what the heck? Okay, it's the we can't. Not only we cannot give you an apartment, you can't even afford this pen. We was gonna give you this pen as a parting gift, but you can't afford this pen. Yeah. So that's what was going on. 290. How? It was 290. Yeah. All right. So you don't know nothing about this person. He may have a rap sheet, and you don't know that. Going to jail don't mean anything. People going. I went to jail. Y'all heard my story, so that means nothing. All right. Going to jail means nothing. But what did he go to jail for? Okay, what do you go to jail for? And if he's got a pedophilia type thing going on, and you got children, pedophilia is like homosexuality. It's a stronghold, all right? It's a stronghold, and a lot of people don't get healed from that and delivered from that so easily. Some do, but a whole bunch of them don't. And it's still in them, all right? And some people who may be homosexual, sometimes they'll marry a woman. If they're a man, they'll marry a woman just so they can fight this feeling inside. but yet they're still living on the down low. They may not even go out there and be getting some from other men, but they may still be feeling this thing, and they're fighting it, and they're warring, okay? And some who are pedophiles, and some who are kleptomaniacs and all this stuff, right? You gotta know. You better know. You better find out. You better ask God. You better ask somebody. Okay, what else is this? You don't even. Okay, where was I? Number 11. You don't even like weddings. Weddings is for women. Weddings is not for men. All right. Weddings is for women. A lot of times when two people come together and they fall in love and then they talk about marriage, he talking about marriage. She's talking about the wedding. He like, let's go down to the Justice of the Peace. No, this is a big event. I want all my family from around the world, and they save this money, and I want this $1 million ring, and I want this. And the brother's like, I can't do this. Women are in love with the one night wedding. The man is thinking 20 years from now. Yeah. So you don't even like weddings. Don't do it. Don't do it. Been there, done that. I'm free from Mr. Felony now. Mr. Felony. I'm free from Mr. Felony. Okay, and again, some people they were doing stuff and they got free, but then there's Tamara and what she just said. What else is this? You don't want to be the center of attention. You don't want to be the center of attention. When it comes to weddings, there are two people all eyes are on: the bride and the groom. And while some people thrive on knowing they'll be the center of attention and have guests from all over to come celebrate your love, others would rather crawl in a hole and not make awkward small talk with family members they haven't seen or heard from in years. That's number 12. You don't want to be the center of attention. Number 13. You don't want the stress. So they said don't get married if you don't want the stress. That's self-explanatory. 14, you hate the idea of planning a wedding. All this is wedding stuff. Let's skip around from all this stuff, shall we? Now, 15, you don't have a real reason for wanting to get married. Not a real one. Except for love. There's no real one. We talked about the great Apostle Paul in his letters who have screwed a lot of us up. He said, because you can't contain yourself, it's better to marry than to burn with compassion or passion or lust and all that stuff. He said, I'd rather you be like me, single. I know some of y'all like, Paul wasn't single. He was married because he was a Pharisees and he was the Sanhedrin and blah, blah, blah. The man was single. Whether he used to be married or not, don't matter. At the time of the writing, he was single. He told you in 1 Corinthians 7, I'd rather you be like me, single. Okay? He said, but because you keep touching each other, y'all keep doing this. Hey, don't do that, girl. You know what that do to me. Girl, don't do that. Don't come here. Okay? He says it's better to marry than to burn. That one scripture right there has caused problems with many of you because you are now married because of sex. His mistress. He married his mistress. And there was this. He loved her, but she married him for some other reasons. Okay? And if y'all married just for sex, bow your heads. I feel sorry for you. I feel you. Marriage is about building and accomplishing destiny. So, you're, number 16, you're already married to your career. You're already married to your career. If you're a workaholic, I suggest you don't do it. Don't do it. He needs more of your time. He needs more of your time. She needs more of your time, brother. You're always at the office. Oh, hello? Oh, hey, babe. I'm at the office. I know it's 12 midnight. I know it was 12 midnight last night when I was here, but the boss needs this, the boss needs that. Yeah, but when we got together, remember I had this same job? Remember I had these same issues? We married now, and here we are. So you can't be... Hello? She hung up. My wife hung up. Okay? So you're married to your career. And if you know somebody's married to their career, I think you might want to step back and rethink this whole marriage thing. Now, some people can communicate through this. Some people can get along if the career is in the way. Some people like that. There's some people who get married, but they don't want the husband always home. They don't want the wife always home. They like it when they have this much time together and then they're out there doing their careers. That's why some people in Hollywood stay married for 50 years. Because, hey, we in the marriage, we got our kids, we have a wonderful sex life, we come together, but I don't want to see you all day. That works for some people. Let me think this over. Let me think this. Hold on, y'all. Let me think. Hold on. She at the courthouse. Okay, women forget her brother gotta work. He gotta work. He gotta pay for all this. Like Sanford and Son would always say to his son. Sanford would say to Lamont, when I die, you gonna get all this. All this junk. You gonna get all this. Lamont would be like, thanks. All right. So 17, you don't need someone to complete you. Here go the old complete rope-a-dope. You complete me. You complete me. You complete me. You complete me. I had to go to the minor first, Tamara, because if I had gone major, it would have been too alluring. If I had said, you complete me, that's it's too alluring, Tam. Tam understands. The rest of y'all, go to Tam school. She'll teach. She's probably one of the best background vocalists that I know today. William Morris says, God brings people together according to the purpose that's within each other. Okay. That purpose has never changed. When William Morris speaks, everybody listens. I lost my marriage in church trying to be the big time preacher. Michael Lord. I lost mine in church too. I lost mine because the pastor got involved. All right. And he's speaking in her ear. He ain't speaking in my ear. He's like, she's like, really? Really, pastor? Really? That's what you think I should do? Really, pastor? Oh, okay. I'm going to go do that. And then when he see me, he be like, hey, Elder Jones, you doing all right? Good to see you. All right. We'll see you tonight at church, right? All right. Bless you. I'm enjoying your ministry. He see my wife. Really? Really? Okay. I'm going to do that too. Where's the divorce office? Is it downtown somewhere? So y'all, I'm saying it this way because I don't want to start crying. But that's exactly what happened. So Michael Lloyd, I lost mine in church too. Maybe in a different type of way. All right. So you need to. He says you don't need someone to complete you. All right. You're already complete in the Lord. I don't want a half wife. All right. I don't want 3/4 of a woman. I really don't. I get the whole complete thing. You complete me. All right. I saw the movie. All right. You had me at hello. Okay. I get it. I get the whole complete thing. All right. But please, baby, please be complete. Like when I go to the restaurant and I order a meal with let's see, a steak and potatoes and maybe the corn on the cob, or I like to cross my carbs, all right, so it doesn't matter. All right, and rice and all that stuff. Okay, it don't matter. That's me. I don't mess with you when the way you eat, all right? So I want a complete plate when they bring it over. I don't want a half steak with a half potatoes on the end and half peas. I want a complete plate. All right? My plate is complete. So when we come together, my mouth is complete too. And they both can go down together in my belly. Get in my belly. And that's the way I want my woman. I want her on a steak platter with all the trimming. She complete. You get what I'm saying? Y'all understand? Robin said terrible. There are people that don't know God, and yet God has purposed them. That's why he tell many to wait. He working on him and her. When William G. Morris speaks, everybody listens. All right? So that whole complete thing, cut that out. Cut it out. Stop. All right? Basically, every romantic comedy ever resolves around someone finding the person who makes them feel whole. Negro, you better be whole when I meet you. Hey, how you doing? I want you to change your name. Hey, how you doing? Fine, my name is Sirwalterj. What's your name? My name Whole. You hoe? All right then, hoe. Let's go out here to a whole restaurant and eat a whole steak dinner. Okay, all right. I don't want you coming to me telling me something. I'm half. Half. What's your last name? Baked. You half baked? I'm half baked. Never mind. Next. Number 18. You don't feel like marriage adds value to your life. Don't get married if you see no value in marriage. That's a poor business decision to go into business knowing that it adds no value. That is the casino. That is gambling. That's going down to the lotto and playing lotto. Okay, that makes no sense to invest in something that you know that gives you no return. Even giving money to poor people, it has a return. God says if you give to them, you lend to Him. Even that has a return. So why would you go into something like marriage? And if it says you don't feel like marriage adds value to your life, don't do it. Don't do it, because all you're doing is messing up his life or her life. You wasting their time. You holding them up. They can find a beautiful, tall. Let me not say that, because y'all be rebuking me when I be talking about my frailties. Y'all rebuke me. Don't say your nose is big. I like my nose. Better to smell you with, my dear. Number 19. You'd rather spend your money on traveling. I'm a traveling man, and I made a lot of stops. Okay, that's what you're doing. You just want to spend your money. You want to spend your money. Please. Number 20. The two of you are always fighting. Before marriage, you fighting? Guess what? You're going to bring that attribute in your marriage. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. I did it twice. I'm a marriage expert because I graduated twice. I got 2 wives, so I'm an expert. And we fussed in the first one. We really fussed in the second one. I'm an expert, so ask me. I know. All right. So the two of you are always fighting, and the reason why my Rebecca, my daughter, I named her Rebecca Olivia because of the fighting. Me and my wife would look at each other. Every morning, I wake up. She wake up. We turn around. Okay, that was every day. And then she got pregnant. And I got upset. I'm like, I'm going to fuss even more. And God says, that baby right there, I know you didn't plan it, because I didn't plan it. That was a oops. My first child, Walter Jr. Oh, we planned that one. All right. But Rebecca, 3 years later, I'm like, what? I'm poor. I'm barely living here. The gas is off. I got a $290. I can't afford this. And I turned to my wife and said, how dare you get pregnant? I told her, how dare you get pregnant? Who did this to you? I'm trying to tell y'all, I kid you not. I got mad at my wife for getting pregnant by me. And she's like, I didn't do this by myself. I sure ain't cheating on you. Well, unless this is God and this is not, my name is Mary Jones. My name Mary Jones? Huh? Is my name Mary Jones? Who else is in the house? Anybody else here? All right? So then as her belly began to get bigger, and that's when the Lord spoke. The Lord spoke. That's your gift right there. I already have a gift. Walter Jr. is my gift. Remember I asked you for him? Yes. Yeah. But that one right there, that's another gift I'm giving you. Yeah, but I got boy names. For this. I got Matthew, John. I had all types of different names. All boy. I had no girl name. I wish I could find it on a piece of paper. I had all boy names because I did not want no girl. I had married one. I didn't want no more girls in the house. I didn't want none. And then it wasn't until the water broke. And God says, that's your daughter. No, it ain't. He said, go to the book. And I went to, I went and bought a book of names. And I opened it up. Y'all think, it's amazing how you Christians don't see how God can speak to you in small matters as well as mid-sized matters and as well as big matters. Well, this wasn't a small matter. This was a big matter. What you name your child is so important. Y'all stop naming these children these African names that probably mean the devil is in my house. Lucificious. Your daughter name Lucificious? Yes, Lucificious. What that mean? It's from Ghana. Lucificious. You know that's Lucifer, right? Is it? Your daughter is 20 years now. She's been going with the Lucificious for 20 years. Really? Yeah, she's a devil. So he told me, open the book. And I opened the book, and Rebecca came on the scene. I said, God, I don't want to name her Rebecca. Because you see what Rebecca did in the Bible? She helped the brother be deceiving and deceive the mama and the daddy. Deceive the daddy. I don't want no Rebecca in here. What's the name? What's in the name? I heard God says, what's in the name? I look at the name, it says quarrels appeased. Quarrels appeased. And God says, Rebecca, when she is born, she will be the peace of your house. Hallelujah. I'm about to cry. Lord, let me play some piano and shut myself down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I wrote a lullaby for Walter Jr., and God gave me a lullaby for Rebecca. And so he says, Rebecca will bring peace in your home. And let me tell you, to this day, she's 25 now. All right? Me and the ex-wife, we haven't fought in, God knows how long. But whenever me and the wife would be in the room fighting, Rebecca would crawl in the room. Just crawl in the room. And we'd be like, rah! We look down there and see her, and we could not speak. We couldn't speak. We both like, oh, Becca, hey, sweetie. And I might grab her, or she might grab her, and we'd be like, so what's for dinner? I think I'm going to make some, I don't know, maybe, what you want? We just got through talking about divorce. I hate you. You're going to hell. And Rebecca would just crawl in the room, and we just rock Rebecca. And still to this day, whenever Rebecca walks in the room, peace. Y'all see how y'all see some of the pictures, some of the videos. You'll see how y'all see my countenance change whenever Rebecca's in the room. It's because of her name. What's in the name? I'm trying to tell y'all, you better look at how God is using the little things that you do, how he uses that as a memorial in a sense. So Rebecca is named because of that. Now y'all know. So the two of you are always fighting. Number 21, you love being independent. You a loner. I'm a loner. All right? But I know that if I'm going to fall in love, I need to give some of that time to the person I'm in love with. If there's going to be a future, I need to come out of my hole, at least for a few hours. Okay? And give him, not me and him, but you know what I mean. Give them that time and help them teach you how to come out of that hole over time. But don't get married to somebody who's a loner. Now, don't get married because they're going to bring that loner and loneliness. And that might not be loneliness. See, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. You understand? I'm alone a lot. I'm in my office most of the time creating stuff. All right? Whether I'm creating my music, I'm selling my music, I'm selling my books, I'm writing books. All right? I'm doing my teachings on the whiteboard. I'm talking to you here. It's so many things that I'm doing in the office. And I'm happy. I'm happy all day long. All right? And then before you know it, it's like, okay, I'm tired of working. Then my heart's like, sure would be nice to have some perfume. Okay? So y'all think these brothers who working hard all day, blah, 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 they don't care for no women. Y'all crazy. There's a time, that's why God has made Eve, because he realized that Adam was alone. Adam was naming all the animals. I mean, he was in the garden having a great time. And then every now and then he said, oh, sure wish there was some perfume in this garden. A peace. Folk too old to fight now. Folk Belinda said they too old. Leave the name Shadickley. Amber, did you type that? She said, leave the name Shadickley on the shelf. It's a setup. Oh, my God. Did y'all see what Amber Rogers... Okay, there's... let me get back. Oh, Belinda says there's a difference between alone and lonely. That's it. My first song was it? I'm alone. I sing this song to assure that you're my own. Alone. I love you. This is clear. All the night throughout the year. Alone. When I'm alone. When I'm alone. That was 1983. A summer night on my Casio piano about that big. Tam, if you're still there, my Casio was about that big. I wrote that song to a girl that I was madly in love with. I was sitting there like, when I'm alone, I sing this song. Just to ensure you that you're my own. 1983 was my big, and I have it. It's written over there in my office over there. I showed y'all my book, right? So there's a difference between being lonely and alone. You're right, Belinda. That's so it. That's so true. One day I'm gonna record that song and finish it. Robin said, "Lovely." I know it's lovely. It's on YouTube, actually. I think. That is it, sir. I'm alone, but not lonely. Yes, I'm willing to wait. Come on, Thompson. So you love being independent. Number 22, you've witnessed the drawbacks to marriage. You've witnessed it. You've seen it. You've synced it. Tam said Casio. Yeah, it's about that big. And I still have that recording somewhere around here. It's on a cassette tape somewhere. Yeah. 1983. It was a very good year. You don't want to burden. Wait, did I skip something? What did I skip? You've witnessed the drawbacks to marriage. I mentioned that earlier. Number 23, you don't want to burden other people. You don't want to burden other people. They said, don't get married. Number 24, you're not overly traditional. Yeah, you don't want to get married. Number 25, you're holding out on your partner changing. You're holding out on your partner changing. That's another show. 26, you want to spend your time on other things. Yeah, don't get married. No. Go ahead, take your trips. The divorce rate among baby boomers was actually high. The 19th century had a high rate of divorce, believe it or not. If you check, because people, you need to do more research and read a little bit more. I'm gonna do a divorce show. I do a divorce show every couple of years. It's time for me to do it again. I have a book that I'm writing called Before Divorce, During Divorce, and After Divorce. All right. There are things you need to prepare for before divorce. Once it gets in your mind, you need to start preparing for it. All right. Then during the process, things you need to be thinking about and doing. And then after divorce, what happens, all right, to you and that person that you blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so, I lost my train of thought. It left. Maybe it'll come back. So you want to spend your time in other... okay, I did that already. Your relationship is like a hurricane. Your relationship is like a hurricane. Don't get married. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Hey, blessing to you, Marion Jones. Marion. See, I have to say that slowly. Yeah, Michael Thurston, I had a senior moment, man. I had a senior moment. So I've been making examples. You a preacher, so you know I got 1,000 examples coming at me like at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm supposed to stay focused, and they're coming here, so I go and borrow from one of these guys, and by the time I come back, I forget where I was. And this is why I don't write my notes. I don't write out. See, when I go live, I know what I want to talk about, but whatever comes out, and I can't. And if I don't think. See, I need to brain medicine, food. I need some brain food so keep me focused. I don't write out my sermons. I just go to, if you want me to preach, I rarely write them out. I know what I want to say. Yeah, Michael Thurston, another brilliant teacher. I sat in one of his classes and I said, this Negro right here, I knew he could play piano. I knew he could preach, but oh my God, He taught a lesson, and I had to Marco Polo him. That while he was up, I Marco Polo'd him while he was up. Yeah, he was up teaching. And I said, you know what? This boy, let me Marco pull him right quick. Hey, bruh, I'm watching you right now teach. Oh my God, did you say that word? Oh, I know his phone was going off and he's teaching. Bring, bring. He's sweating because his phone was going off while he was teaching. Michael Thurston. So your relationship is like hurricane. All right, number 28. You like being alone. You like being alone. Belinda, yeah, quick notes and outline. Yeah. If it's a really serious show, yes, I will outline it. Like my book, shameless plug. If you notice, my book is an outline. That's why it's so easy to read it in one night. Okay? It's an outline. So I love outlines. But if it's a very serious show, like on the whiteboard, then y'all notice that I'll read. But if I'm doing these type of shows, ain't got time. I ain't got time to write. It's breaking news. It's time to go live. Hey, everybody, so often breaking news. What was the news? You like being alone. Number 29, you're at different maturity levels. You 40, she 40, but when she opens her mouth, she 15. And you might be 45, 50. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This ain't gonna sit right with some of y'all. Okay? Let me say this slowly. All right? Let me say this real slowly. All right? I know women. Okay, let me not say that. I know men. Let's say I know them both. Okay? The man is dating this young lady, and he comes to me and says, Walter, I love her. Good. Man, she's fine. Good. But she don't know jack. What do you mean? She just don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. What do you mean she don't know nothing? How can she be that old and she don't know nothing? Bro, she don't know nothing. Nothing. Every time I bring up anything dealing with what she 40. She's supposed to know 40-year-old stuff. She don't know nothing. And I understand. I get it. I've dated those who 50 like me. Okay. Yeah, 50 like me. And I said, but you 50, you're supposed to know something about what happened in the 1970s at least. In the 80s. You know anything about the 80s? No. You were stuck in church all day one year. We couldn't listen to no music. There was no TV in the house. Was there a newspaper in the house? No, we didn't get the paper. Maybe the Sunday paper, okay. Did you read no, what's that thing when you would get the Sunday paper and you would go to the fun, the what do you call it? The laughs, the fun, what do you call that thing where you look at the cartoon section? What's that called? All right. Yeah, but you didn't read it. Wait a minute, so how'd you make it all these years? Didn't you go to college? What you study? Accounting? I don't understand. How can you be 50 years old and your mind is like a 16-year-old? You don't know nothing about what I want to know. I can't even enjoy you. Thank you, Amber. The comics. You only read the comics. That's it. Name some of the characters in the comics, y'all. What's that dog? What's the big dog? And Dennis the Menace and what were some of the characters there? All right, it's a shame. So you're at different maturity levels. Don't get married. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because y'all not equally yoked. Do you not understand that one major reason, Archie. One major reason why I got divorced is because of we both loved God. We both were saved, but we both were of two different denominations, which caused us theologically to be unequally yoked. Yeah, Beetle, Bailey, yes, Marmaduke. That's it, Marmaduke. Blondie, yes. Come on, Family Circus. That's it. Family Circus. Okay, so listen, these young people who watch it, who's seen what y'all put here, they have no idea what this is, okay? Because there's no paper that come to their house, so they don't understand that was our way of entertainment. That was our Saturday morning cartoon, in a sense. Sunday, at least Sunday, because there was a Sunday paper. Sun-Times in Chicago in the Tribune was that thick, and it was that large. That's how big the paper was. And of course, the crossword puzzle, we entertained ourselves with the crossword puzzle in the comics. The Peanuts, yes. All right. So me and the wife was unequally yoked because I believed one thing and she believed another, and it went like this. So y'all say, well, then why don't y'all get married? Because she made me believe that she believed the same thing that I believed. She told me and convinced me that she believed the same thing. You understand? So in my mind, we were equally yoked until we started having Bible study, or we go to a visiting church, or my church, or I would visit her church, because at that time we still was trying to figure out who church we're going to join. And then I realized that what they were teaching her was against what I believed. And it caused a big problem. Nancy and Sluggo. Yeah, Brony. I knew a Brony would have something that y'all wouldn't put down. All right, so you're on different maturity levels. Don't get married. Don't do it. Your house is a house of cards. 30, you're not what you'd call in love. Denominations divide us, especially if you let that man-made nonsense get rooted in you. This is true. Samuel Patterson, I expected that from you. I expected that. But here's the thing. Y'all know my teaching. That's one reason why y'all here, because you know I'm not a denominational teacher. I used to be many years ago, not no more. And I'm a part of the Church of God in Christ. They ordained me, but they can't stand my guts. And every time I walk by one of the general board members, I hear my license going. He said, Ella Jones, how you doing? Every time I walk by one of them general board members, they're like, oh yeah, Sir Walter of the Sirwalterj Jones Show. Good to see you, sir. That's what they do. It's like it's like the mafia. When they do this, that's what they do when they see me at the meetings down there in St. Louis. Yeah, you next, bruh. Good to see you, sir. Behave yourself while you're in Memphis, all right? I'll be like, all right. Yes, sir, Bishop. Yes, sir. All right? Because I'm not denominational. I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I preach the Bible, and it tends to go against the denominational teaching of the denomination that I'm in. You understand what I'm saying? Yet, sometimes they still call me up to preach. But when I'm in certain houses, I don't preach the way I preach on the Sirwalterj Jones Show. I don't like to get into the pulpits and offend. So what I do, I just preach on the unadulterated word of God, and I don't preach theology. Okay? I just don't. I just simply preach salvation and sat down. And then I'll go home and I'll say, hey y'all, let's talk about all this tithing mess. Uh-oh, Michael is here. Michael Thurston. Sorry, Mike. My bad. Okay. You're not what you call in love. You know you're not in love. Stop playing. Y'all not, because your definition of in love is two different definitions. Do you love me? Yeah. How do you love me? Notice a woman will ask you that, brothers. Do you love me? Yeah, you know I love you. How much you love me? This much. She's like, that's not enough. That's not enough. How much you love me? The next day you say this much. That's not enough. Or I can't define it. Yes, you can. I'm trying to tell y'all, your definition is not her definition. So y'all got to come down, sit down, and come to a conclusion. All right, what is the definition of love? All right? I ain't scared of you, Michael Thurston. I ain't scared of you. What is your definition of love? How do you describe it? How do you explain it? And you got to sit down and try to convince her that I love you. But you can't convince nobody that you love them through their mouth, through words. You cannot convince them that. Can't. Jesus asked the disciples, who do men say I am? Who do men say I am? And then they said, The brother over here, Pookie said you Elias. John said you Jeremiah. He said you Enoch. Okay. It was right here said you Abraham. They were over there up the street on Main Street. He said you Moses. He said, okay, all right. Who you say I am? Oh, you Jesus Christ, the Son of a living God. That was Peter. He had a tune up. Peter always carried a Hammond B3 up and down the Mediterranean. Jesus, the Son of a living God. Jesus said, okay, all right. Flesh and blood. That flesh and blood. My Father must have given that to you. But see, that still was lip service. Because then Jesus tested him. He says, all right, you did a good job. And they both was high-fiving each other. Good job. Pete, you all right. I'm gonna build this church on this rock. All right, right here. Pete. Matter of fact, that's your name. I'm gonna nickname you Pete the Rock. Yeah, Pete the Rock. Now the Catholic Church kind of got it wrong by saying that Peter is the rock. Okay, I can't go into that theological speaking. All right. So because they say the Pope is the vicar of Christ, and Peter was the first Pope of the Catholic. Okay, anyway, so he said, now I gotta go and die. God was testing him. I gotta go and die. And Peter was like, loose here, devil. And Jesus was like, wait a minute, wait. We just got through making up. And I just told you my Father must have given you this revelation to say that I'm Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. And now you don't want me to die for these people? And then Jesus said, no, you loose here, devil. Get behind me. Oh, Petey. Yeah. No, you lose here. And then when Jesus died and rose from the dead, he said, go tell thy disciples and who? Petey. Shh. Petey. Go tell Petey, come in. All right. Then it wasn't about lip service. Then he says, do you love me? Oh, Lord have mercy. How did I make this thing turn around, Michael Thurston? Don't you still listen? Pete, you love me? Well, you know I love you. He said, now do something. Oh, I don't think y'all getting this. And this is the whole thing about why it's important that you understand the types of love, not in English, but read it in the Greek. Oh, that philo, storgo, phileo, okay, the agape, and all these different types of loves, okay. Jesus was testing him, and he asked him 3 times because Peter heard the cock crow, cock-a-doodle-doo. On the 3rd time, he denied Christ. He said, I'm going to give you 3 more chances to redeem yourself. Peter, do you love me? Yeah, I love you. Oh, I don't want your lip service. Go and feed my sheep. Oh, you see right there? That's what's happening here. You think that because my definition of love is different from your definition of love, and that should not be the case. That's what's going on here. My app is Sirwalterj. I just preached the gospel right there. By the way, my haircut is brought to you by Brother Alan Merriweather. Is it Merriweather? Who is it? he sent me some money. He sent me some money in the app. He said $15, and he said get a haircut. Yeah, get a haircut. So I went right away, took his money, went down there and got a haircut. See, I keep telling y'all, if you send me money, I'm gonna do exactly what the CashApp say. Hey, go buy you a new shirt. That one's wrinkled. I go right down there to KNG. I do what y'all tell me to do. Love is action. We can disagree without being disagreeable and keep on being brothers. That's it. That's why Michael Thurston has been my long time brother in the Lord. Long time. Yeah, because I disagree with everything he says. Okay. You're and I never can say this word. Anathema. 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 There's some big words I usually can say, and then there's some smaller words I can never say. Why can't I say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Why can't I say stuff like that, but I can't say these little words? Okay? Okay, so your anathema. Your anathema to change. Okay, if you already feel like you're at your peak level of happiness in your relationship and would rather keep things the same than risking changing anything, they say don't do it. That's what that means. Some people are perfectly happy without being officially married and already feel more married than couples who have been legally binded together for years. Just say, don't do it. Don't do it. If I send it and say, pay your tithes with you. Did y'all see what Michael put down there? He said, if he sends... Yes, Michael Thurston. If you send me some money, I will pay my tithe. Now, how I pay my tithes is up to me, because there's 4 types of tithes. Hello, I did that teaching. So I will definitely pay my tithe. Now, which one? I can't tell you. All right, so you don't like the idea of being a wife or a husband. Don't do it. If you don't like somebody call you wifey or mister, where he at? Who, mister? Mister at home. You don't like that? Okay, I read that. 33. I'm almost there, y'all. Compromising isn't your thing. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. If you got, you know, it's okay to share. Y'all share slob and all kind of fluids with each other, but you can't. I don't understand that. I was talking. Should I say this openly? Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this openly. I don't say it openly because I'm Sirwalterj. I can say what I want to. So I know a couple who had sex. Oh, they romped all night, and then he asked her if she would wash his clothes. She said, "That's wifey duties." I'm not ready for the wifey duties. And I said, so you could give him your body, which is a wifey duty, but you can't wash his clothes. That's so silly to me. That is the most silliest thing. Yeah, I said it openly. I said that. I said, y'all was fluids everywhere. Tamara, fluids just everywhere. And he said, can you wash my shirt? That's wifey duties. Lord have mercy. Whoo. What are you saying here? Oh, Lord, you need prayer. Michael Thurston. I love it when Michael come by. All right, so compromising isn't your thing. That ain't your thing. 34. You don't want to build up any more debt. Yeah, coming together, we'll build up some debt. Especially if you got a man who are horrible. He's horrible with money. Horrible with money. He always got this get rich quick scheme every week. Hey, baby. He said, Michael said, elder. When he called me elder, that means I'm in trouble. Yeah, he got this get rich quick scheme. All right. William Morris. When William Morris speaks, everybody listens. All right. He like, baby, every month he watching TV. All right. He watching TV. Well, this is the fire. He not watching TV. He must be watching. He got to be watching the pre-recorded show. Cause anyway, so he watched TV and he see make $1 million in 24 hours. All you need now is $59,995. Amber, $59,995. Oh, babe, come in the room real quick. Come here. What's wrong? Hey, you want to be, remember that thing you wanted me to buy for you? Well, for $59,995, we can be millionaires in over 24 hours. Really, babe? Yes. All we need is a cashier's check. But we got to do it now. The commercial said, buy now. You got 5 minutes, baby, and the bank is right up the street. All we need is $59. And the woman always, I'm trying to tell y'all, women, if they love you, they got your back. Mind, body, and soul. In their pocketbook. They got you because they believe in you. And let me tell you, you better prove it, though. You better prove that thing you're going to get a return on your investment. Or she ain't going to do too much of that. How much is that now? 59.9. How many nines in that thing? 59.9. So where do I put the decimal? It don't matter, baby. Just write it out. I'll put the decimal. All right, 59.995. I'll put I don't know where that's supposed to go. All right, and you go down there and get a cashier's check, and then 2 years later, y'all waiting on the return. And then he come back, hey, babe, hey, remember you said you owned that house on the hill? Yes. Well, the commercial is on, and for $49.95. 49. What happened to the 59? Well, how do I explain this to you? They're giving me a discount because I invested it 2 years ago, and they felt sorry, so they said $49.95. I'm trying to tell you, and that's what happens. So it says you don't want to build up any more debt, and brothers be putting women in so much debt. We put y'all in so much debt over time. So by the time y'all separate or divorce, where is it? What did I do? I lost it. By the time y'all separate and divorce, ladies, this is this is you, ladies. I want a car. You down there at CarMax. I want a car. All right. We gotta run your credit. Okay, I ain't got no problem. I got good credit. And you ain't checked your credit all the while y'all were married. You ain't checked it. When y'all got married, it was $750. Oh, I got good credit. Okay, ma'am, let's run this now. Let's see. Social security number? All right. Okay. Mother's maiden name. That's her name? Stank what? That's crazy. What kind of African name is that? All right. It comes back. Ma'am, your FICO score is 290. 290? That can't be. It's got to be 750. Yeah, but you got a rap sheet. you got a rap sheet. So when it she said print it out for me. So when he printed it out, when he printed it out. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. You doing all right? How you doing? Good. You got children? They in college? Oh, that's good. That's good. Is that my credit report? Yeah, that's your credit report. Well, what is that? I don't know, but y'all been buying a whole lot of stuff, haven't you? Good, yeah. It's going to be hot today. It's really going to be hot today. Yeah. Ma'am? Yes? How old you say you are? 25? My God. My God, today. Hold on. It's almost done. Hold on. Ma'am, you hungry? I think you need to go get you something to eat right quick. We're going to be here for a while. Hold on. Wait. Is it done? No, we're not done. We ran out of ink. Hey, can y'all go down there and Best Buy get us some ink? Yeah. That's just amazing. Ma'am, take this home. We can't offer you nothing. Oh man, that just cash payable. Oh, make the checks payable to Robin You Blind. Oh man. Okay. Hey, who gonna fold this back up? Cause I can't be doing this. That's why I need a woman in the house who could do the folding. All right. So it says, you think your partner is as good as you're gonna get. That's kind of funny. You don't get married. You think your partner, that's it. He can't get no gooder than this. Number 36, you don't like monogamy. You don't like monogamy. You creeping in the next room, making plans to meet him soon. 37, you don't like your partner's family. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, I don't like your family. Don't do it. Because if you marry her, you marry the mama, the daddy, the brothers, and the sisters. You marry them all. You marry them all. You're folding. Elder. Michael Thurston, you got something else better to do. Don't you have some sermon you need to prepare tonight? Okay? Yeah, you marrying the family. If you don't like the family, and he's a mama's boy, oh, run, Forrest. Run. How long I've been on? I've been on this thing too long. I ate and I feel like I ain't ate. Okay. You're only following the steps. Okay. I got 3 more. You're only following the steps. Number 39. You don't believe in needing an other half. You don't need it. Okay. You whole, which you should be, but you don't feel like you need anybody else in your life. Period. So why are you getting married? Because once y'all come together, it's going to be some needing going on. It's going to be, 120, hour and 20 minutes. All right, let me wrap this up. Number 40, and lastly, you're annoyed with your partner 24/7. I know, sir, I just got off the plane from Ghana. Oh, that's right, you was in Ghana. Just chilling till I see my wife. I had some words that I'm getting ready to say, but I just remembered I'm on Facebook Live. Remember that conversation we had up there about... I can't. I'm not even going to do it. He said, don't even go there. Just refer to the conversation we had up there. Read the comments up there. And we were talking about... I was getting ready to go there. I was getting ready to make a turn. I was getting ready to make that turn right there and go to that 6. I was getting ready. And I had some animated stuff that I was getting ready to do, but I can't. I can't do it because I'm on Facebook Live. And I would have had to made some sounds. some smushy sounds. All right, folks can unpack their baggage together and work on healing their core. Marriage is healing. Come on, marriage is healing. Marriage can be healing. Unfortunately, marriage is just... Amber said, no. All right, y'all. So, listen. Linda, listen. Okay? Y'all want to get married? Okay, good. Are you in love? You are. Good. If you're in love, then go ahead. Maybe. What you really need is counseling. Probably. You're like, maybe, probably. What's this? You're not sure? What kind of marriage counselor are you? You're not sure? Well, one size don't fit all. Just because y'all in love don't mean you need to get married. Did I say that? I sure did. Because notice in that scripture that I brought up earlier, it says, he didn't mention love. He says, if you can't stop having sex, then the marriage. So which would you prefer? Get married because you can't stop having sex, or get married because you are madly in love with each other? Which one? Which one? Because sometimes, see, love is compatible, but sex ain't always compatible. Okay? It just ain't. If you cannot work together, stay single. You understand? So just because you in love with each other means diddly squat. Stay away from that institution of marriage until you absolutely know for sure that you've studied it, that you know exactly what you're doing, because there is an attack on marriage, especially in America. There is an attack on it, all right? And especially if you up in age around where I am right now, with folk who are settled in their ways, get ready, because you're going to realize that she don't like when you do this and do that and not do this and not do that, blah, blah, blah. Y'all in the house together, y'all said I do. See, living together is one thing. But when you say I do, spiritually something happens inside. God takes 2 people at the altar and then he makes them one right before your eyes. I got to make that one, all right? He takes 2 people. And as soon as the preacher got that power. The preacher says, what God has put together, let no man come put asunder, okay? And he says, I now pronounce you man and wife. Bam! That happens right before your eyes. You can't even see it because it happens like that. You witnessing it, but you can't see it. It's the rope-a-dope, all right? And God shows it to y'all at the altar. What God has put together. When he says, you are now man and wife, bam! That happens just like that. And once that happens and you consummate that relationship, that's it. And so if you want to divorce and separate, a ripping sound happens because flesh rips. That's what I heard when I got divorced. A ripping sound because we were one. You understand? So once you become one, that's it. So those of you who are shacking up, that's one thing. People shack up for years, and they live happily ever after until, I think we're going to do it right and get married. And as soon as they get married, divorce. Why is that? That's spiritual. That's spiritual. There's an attack on it. All right? And the statistics show that the older you are, the more chances you got of you divorcing. The millennials are teaching us a lesson. So when I do that show on divorce, I'm going to show you the statistics with the millennials. They are the ones that staying married longer than us. Notice when you look at some of the parents, you talk to your grandparents, and notice that's your granddaddy's second wife. If your daddy or your grandfather is in his 70s or late 60s, what have you, that's his second or third wife. Yeah. Look at some of these bishops in the Church of God in Christ. He on his second wife. Maybe his third. And they're ordaining new bishops. And when I was younger in the Church of God in Christ, they said you cannot be divorced and be a bishop in the church, because they went by what Timothy said about being a husband of one wife, and they interpreted their own special way. So you cannot have been divorced and then remarried, and then they make you a bishop of the Church of God in Christ. That was against the rules. But now they ordaining everybody. All right, consecrating. Okay, but your grandparents, that's their second marriage. You understand? But the millennials, I got too many articles here that I can prove. That says, all right, the United States divorce rate is dropping thanks to millennials. There's a site here. It talks about weform.org. In fact, let me show it to you. Let me show you here it is. You see that? Drop. Thanks to millennials. It dropped. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. That's what it used to be. Why? Michael said you in trouble. Because here's why the millennials are staying together. It's because they're waiting until they get their degrees, or they're waiting until they're financially able to sustain a family. So they're staying married. So they're waiting until they get of age. They're done with college. They got great jobs, and then they get married. Yeah. Johnny Lingo said, pay $12,000, you can be a bishop. Michael Thurston, you saw that? And so they staying married. So there's a financial stress and strain on your parents and Generation Xers like us, who got married knowing we couldn't even afford it. We couldn't afford it. I had my first child, and I was living in my brother's house. I got married poor. My wife was in college when we got married, and I didn't have a job. Wait. Oh, I did. No, I didn't have a job when we got married, and I got hired after that. I was in college, actually. I was in business school to be an accountant. And we got married as I was getting ready to finish school. And then Dorothy Brown hired me for a CPA firm. And when I got my first check, I took that money and put a down deposit on an apartment, a studio apartment. All right, that apartment was that big. I didn't care. I'm starting a new family, and I took my wife and my new baby, and we moved into our new place. And then my wife then went enrolled into Olive Harvey College here in Chicago. All right, we still was poor though, because I was making, when I got hired at the Odell Hickson Company, it was the only African American firm downtown. CPA firm, I was making $12,000 a year. And it seemed like the less money I was making, the more money I had. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. And so our rent was $235 a month. My gas bill, my first gas bill was $8. Okay. We was making it. And I love going to work for my family, you know, and going in, bringing groceries home. Oh, I was just excited. Got a new family. But then, there's only so much you could do with $12,000 a year. And it got really hard for us. And so that that financial strain puts the strain on the marriage. The millennials today, they saw what their families went through. My children saw what I went through with their mom, and they said, hecky to the no. No, Pops. Not happening. Not happening. Nope. I ain't, not doing it. My daughter. No, Pops. Not happening. I'm like, you don't want I ain't ready. I'm going to school. I said, okay, I'm happy. Thank you, baby. I said, I'm going to school. And that girl enrolled down there in Western Illinois, and she did 5 years down there. And I went to her graduation, and I'm sitting there in the stands, and my face is just wet. Okay, here's where y'all can use the moisture. Okay, my face was wet all through that ceremony. And people looking at me like, what's wrong with this grown man here crying? Why he crying? My baby, she proved the point. And there she was walking down that aisle. She just, hi. My daughter, she kind of crazy. Hi. And then she went across that stage and I lost it. I'm holding the camera like this. And my Rebecca, quarrels appeased, because her mama was sitting right next to me. And that was one of the happiest moments of our lives. Two divorcees sitting there smiling at each other. Look what we did. And we shaking the camera because we both crying. And she walked across that stage. Hi. People screaming, Rebecca. And there's a big picture that somebody made of Rebecca. They took her face and put it on a poster. It's a huge poster. And there must have been 1,000 people in that arena. And somebody took her picture and did like this. And hers was the only face you could see in the whole arena, because it was her friends, and they were way crossed away, and they put her picture up like that, and I saw her picture from afar, and I lost it again. lost it. So yeah, Rebecca said, I ain't going through what y'all went through. Not doing it. And now she's working her career. She wants to open up her own daycare center, and I told her I'm going to do everything I can in my right mind to make sure I raise as much money that I can to get you that building so that you can open up your own daycare. Because she deserved it. She hustled for it. Now she wants to fall in love. By all means, she read. All right, y'all, I got to go. I've been on here too long. I'm sure I've been on here at least an hour and a half right now. All right. Hey, if you want to get married, hey, I suggest y'all talk this over. I really do. If you want to get married, talk it over. So what, you in love? Talk it over. Because times are rough and hard, and distractions could cause problems in your relationship. Don't do it unless you're absolutely sure, and talk with someone that you trust. Preventive measures. I'd say, what's the old statement? An ounce of, what is it? An ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. It's just best that you prevent divorce by going into an agreement like marriage by getting as much outside help as possible. Talk with someone. Get counseling. And people say, why would you need counseling? There's no problem yet. That's the problem. Before you open up a business, you need to study the business. Study the stock market. Talk to your lawyers. Okay? Talk to other people who are doing the same business that you're getting ready to go into. If you research businesses like that, why won't you research your marriage? especially if you're up in age and this is your second or third and she's on her second maybe, all right? You need to research it and talk about everything possible. Everything. Leave no rocks unturned. Talk about it. Even sex, talk about it. What you don't like in bed, I suggest you talk about it. Now, that's my Romance in the Park series. You can go watch those series. I usually don't do that in the office, but I'm letting you know, you better talk about sex. I suggest you read the Song of Solomon or buy my book, and this book will save some marriages. Okay? Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about your cracks and crevices, all right? What you like and what you don't like, what you won't do religiously. You better talk about it. Talk about the money situation. You better talk about it. Because if you don't, you're going to rewind this show and say, God dog it, around the hours of 1 hour and 30 minutes, this was the most important part of the show. And I didn't hear that part of the show because I turned it off because I was so in love. Around 1 hour and 15 minutes, I went to go because Michael Thurston is back from Ghana. And his wife is waiting on him. Oh, Michael. Is that chord? Meet her. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Alexa, say good night to the people.
Good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Are you sure? Did you get my permission? You see what I'm saying? A woman in my house. She said, talk to you tomorrow. She didn't ask me for permission. What if I didn't want no company over? Talk to you tomorrow. She don't submit. She don't submit. Now, she say she loved me when we got married. But she don't, but she changed. See what I'm saying? Alexa, I love you.
That's nice of you to say.
You see what I'm saying? That's nice. Or ditto. It's nice enough. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? But I'm pouring my heart out. I love you. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. What's for dinner? You know what I'm saying? You can't trust these people. These robots. You can't trust them. Oh, you've been tired. And it seems like it's been going on for years. Oh, don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh my. Don't you ever let go. Don't you never let go. Don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Go. All right, y'all. Good to see you. Bye to you. Hit the share button if you will. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And it's 5:19 right now at the time of this recording. Some of y'all are on your way home from work. And you need to get home so that you can take care of some liquid things. Some liquid things, because you just heard the Sirwalterj show and you understand how important liquid is. Yes. Marlon McDaniel, so good to see you. Be kind and rewind, will you please? Thank you. And the rest of y'all, well, pray my strength in the Lord. Bye.